Okay, so I'm gonna be making a guide on Tower of True Skill. This tower is baseline remorseless. It's probably one of the easiest realms, if not the easiest. It's really easy until like floor 9. Floor 9 is a difficulty spike, but yeah. The first floor has like a lot of high jump skips, but usually the route I take is just jump on top of this and then jump over here. Because that part you can like just high jump a lot of it to skip some. But then just this tower has a lot of wrap spam, so there's not that much explaining to do because it's pretty straightforward, at least for floor 1. But for the rest of the floor, just some long jumps, a little bit long, not really though. Also, this tower is pretty short. For this part, just jump down here, and if you want, you can climb this and do a 2-stud climb up or high jump it like that. But if you don't want to do that, just come through here and wrap to this. It's not that hard either way. Same thing, you can high jump here too. Or you could just do it legit way and go in here. And it's just a head hitter. I actually forgot the legit way because of how much I skip it. So for here, there's multiple ways to do it, but what I usually do is just come over here and then squeeze out like that. You can take your time on this, but usually if I just rush it in first person, it's pretty easy. Here, you can treat it like a long wraparound like that, or you can do a head hitter like that. I usually do a head hitter. Also, this part can push you down a little, which almost just happened to me, and it almost pushed me off. But then, you're on floor 3, and floor 3 just spams these H wraparounds. So, yeah, it's literally just spam. It's not that hard either, but some of them are kind of long. So, yeah, and then you just jump on top of them. So, 1-studs basically. And on this jump, you can high jump on top of it to just skip this kind of long jump. I don't really see, it's not that hard of a jump for me, but if you think it is, you can do the skip if you want. Then just keep doing wraps. And then 1-studs to the next floor. So here you can use T-pose to not take that much damage, but you should be fine if you don't have T-pose. Either way. And if you have kill brick lag, then it doesn't really matter. So here I suggest doing this from the bottom. Don't go on the top right there. And then just do this wrap section. Now here, it gets annoying if you keep going, so you can high jump like that to skip it. That's what I usually do, but if you want to go the legit way, just do that and then come up here. Sometimes that can be hard because it's a bit of a high jump. Then you have 1-stud, kill bricks. And this part of floor 4 is probably the second hardest part of the tower, other than floor 9. So just do these fading 1-studs. And this jump is kind of long, so treat it like a long jump. And then do an invisible wraparound. You can see on the wall right there. So here you're going to want to do a long jump up to this stud. Don't jump on the bottom stud. And you should climb it like this to skip the bottom stud. And then you have to do like a 1-stud pole wrap. Like that. Then you're done with the fading part. Do that wrap. And here, do not go to that stud. What I suggest doing is just jumping and going on here. Because there is an invisible platform above me right now. See, if I jump, I hit my head. So if you go to that, you could hit the invisible platform. So just wrap around like this, and you can stand on it. Then you can jump here, I'm pretty sure, yeah. And then you're on floor 5. So basically all of floor 5, the parts fade. So you're gonna have to go kind of fast. Don't worry, they don't fade away too quickly. Like, you have time to like kind of position yourself. You just can't take way too long on it. So yeah, this is probably not that, like, I would probably consider this one of the easier floors because it's pretty short too. And the gameplay is definitely not that hard. Then these one studs do fade. Also, I don't know why that stud is colored purple, but now you're on floor 6. Now this sign says regular jumps, or like it's a break. This floor is not really a break in my opinion. It's kind of hard because of a couple of jumps. Specifically with this one, because it can flat side you sometimes. It's equivalent to a 12 stud. So yeah, it's really long. So just, yeah, I don't know what else to say. It's just a really bad jump. Make sure you don't get flat sided, because that happens to me a lot for some reason on that. But just do this. You can probably high jump this when you're here. Yeah, you can do that. The legit way is not that hard. Then go over here. I almost messed up. I don't suggest doing that wrap. I suggest skipping it like that. Now here, this part, I'm pretty sure jumping to this top stud is possible, but it's really difficult, so I don't recommend doing it. I completely messed that up. I tried to squeeze between the under part, but that did not work very well. Okay, hopefully I don't fail it this time. Okay, yeah. So basically that's what you want to try and do. Unless you just want to try and do a really long jump onto this. And sometimes if you try and climb on the corner of a stud, it like is RNG sometimes, but if you want to, go ahead. But once you're on this stud, you can just jump on top of it. You don't have to wrap to anything. Then wrap to this ladder. Also, we're on floor 7, by the way. Here, a lot of people have different strategies, but I usually just face forward and then hold forward into this one. Same thing with that, but make sure you actually get climbing animation on this, or else you'll probably like your character will do something weird and probably fall. Then come over here. I suggest high jumping this like that, but you don't have to, I guess. Then come over here. Floor 7 is also probably one of the harder floors. I suggest wrapping around the first ones, like skipping one, because it's kind of hard to stop. Except for the last one, make sure you don't try and, because it's not possible to go from here to there. So for the last one, make sure you're careful. Then just do a head hitter, 9 stud wraps. And now you're on floor 8. So floor 8 has to do with kill bricks. First off, you can skip those 2 head hitters by just jumping to here. I suggest using a healing item here. Whenever you get low, just heal. I'm not actually low. Actually, I have kill brick lag. But whenever you get to like a part that doesn't have kill bricks, you should probably heal. Unless you have kill brick lag like me. So I'm just going to go through this. But make sure you keep an eye out for the studs. Also here, you don't have to do that wrap. You could just jump on top of it. And this is probably this is the hardest jump of 8. You can try and wrap to the top stud, but I don't like doing that. Most people do though. So if you want to, you can. Then once you get to here, just jump down to here and you just have 1 studs until floor 9. And floor 9 is pretty bad. So yeah, this is the hardest floor of the tower. Big difficulty spike. And floor 10 is just like a couple jumps. But yeah, floor 9. So the first jump is very long, and then this stick out is really annoying. Also, if you get wedged between these two, you can sometimes get flung, which is very annoying. But that's kind of a long jump. And then here, you sometimes don't get enough height when you're doing this wraparound, so make sure you're cautious of that. Then you have a box wrap that you can high jump like that, but I'll do the jump legit. That. You can also high jump these stick outs, but you don't have to. This, pretty sure you can. I mean, it's probably a possible high jump, but it's higher than a normal one. This wrap is kind of annoying. That's kind of a long jump too. And this is a 10 stud, so be very careful of that. And you're done with floor 9. Floor 10 is just a couple of jumps, but it's not easy. Floor 10 is definitely not easy, but it's very, very short. It's the shortest floor of the tower, probably. And it's on an outside, so yeah. And once you're here, those are pretty simple jumps, so I didn't really have to explain. But once you're here, this part is very annoying. Wrap to the top of this pole, then go in between here and do a head hitter exactly how I did it. And if you do it any other way, you'll get flung. But it's kind of hard to explain how to do it, so just try and copy how I did it. But yeah, that's the end. Tower of True Skill. Probably probably should do that as your first rem. But yeah, 10 minutes. But yeah, not much to say. Tower of True Skill, done.